obviously part of a attempt to have a native group of plants here. There's a alahee behind it and ohia right next to it. So it's been a very nice plant to have. But it's really interesting. What happened was I got to give props to the Oahu Invasive Species Committee because they're so methodical, and to experience them kind of from the inside out, from just a resident as opposed to an advocate for them, they apparently up Malka of this general area, they've found Myconia in the past, and of course Myconia seeds can stay in the ground for a very long time, so they periodically survey. And, you know, to experience it, they really go kind of house to house in neighborhoods, and they ask very, very politely, would we be able to come onto your property and survey for Myconia? So I got a paper letter, I got an email, and I got a phone call, and I said, of course, happy to have you, as I've said in the past. And so they came on, and the report I got back, I wasn't around, but the report I got back was good news is no Myconia, but the bad news is we took a look at your Naio and it has Naio Thrips. I know from just reading about it that the Naio Thrips has been attacking our native Naio plant, and they're very concerned about it's probably coming from cultivated populations, which this is. But they're very concerned about it escaping into the wild and attacking our Naio. And when I heard the report, I had come out and looked at my Naio, and I didn't see anything. So you know, that was the end of that. But of course, I'm not a plant expert or a bug expert. That's not my background. And so you rely on those experts, and they came in and they said, yeah, you got Naio Thrips, unfortunately. And so what they're going to do is take it down. So they want to do it themselves and bag up the remains and take them away so that they make sure it doesn't spread. So I don't even hardly know what it looks like, but I do see some curled up leaves here now that I'm looking for them. And I think they're tiny little bugs, so you know, they'll be able to point them out more specifically. But it's really about the great work of the Oahu Invasive Species Committee. I gotta say they do a really excellent job, and they're very professional about it, very knowledgeable, very and very polite about it, and interact with people very well when they try to do their surveys. Well, I think what they're worried about is the thrip itself, which is a tiny little bug, somehow spreading and escaping into wild populations. So I think the whole point is to make sure that it doesn't do that. And unfortunately, in this case, it's really hard to treat it any other way than just taking it down. So happily, there's a very healthy alahee behind it, and probably fill in. Maybe it's a place for another ohia, and you know, the forest will come back around it, and it'll be good.